If we prepare our lessons carefully, we can keep one step ahead during a lesson and always have activities ready. The sense of competence this gives us has a big influence on the children's sense of direction and confidence in us. It also enables us to relax more, have a more comfortable relationship with the children, and spend more time giving individual support. Greet the children individually. If possible, greet the children individually and have a brief, friendly exchange with them before class starts. In larger classes, this is sometimes done in a more formal way, with the children lining up outside the class. But it is still possible to be friendly with individual children and show you are interested in them. In smaller classes, it can be done in a much more relaxed way, either as the children enter the classroom or when they are already in the room. Give the children security. At least until we know a class well, it is usually best for our lessons to have a framework and routines that give the children security. For example, we might start with the children changing the date and weather on a weather calendar or singing a song, and we might finish a lesson with a writing activity. To feel secure, the children also need to feel they are in a warm, trusting environment, and I discussed many ways of achieving this in the previous video. Start afresh each lesson. Walk into each lesson and behave as if any problems in the previous lesson have been forgotten. After behaving badly, the children may expect us to be angry or unfriendly in the next lesson and may be anxious or defensive. Just treat them naturally, fairly, and in a warm and friendly way, and let them feel that it is their present and future behavior that is important, not what has happened before. Pre-empt problems. Prevention is always better than cure. Punishing bad behavior often makes things worse, not better, and can hurt the positivity and trust in a class. So it is much better to try to understand the causes of bad behavior and try to prevent it from happening. Teachers often ask, how can I fix bad behavior? But the more important question is, how can I prevent bad behavior from happening? There isn't, of course, one simple answer to that question, but I am trying to answer it in this series of videos on classroom management and in the next series on positive discipline. It is also important to notice if individual children are becoming distracted or on the point of losing focus. With some classes, I often just smile at a child and make a friendly gesture, or gently call her name when I notice she is beginning to become distracted. The child usually smiles back and refocuses. She knows the reason. This works best if we do it before the children have become too distracted or focused on something else. It is also best to do it in a way that doesn't distract the other children in the class. Another very effective way is to show interest in what a child was working on before she became distracted, or offer to help her. This redirects her back to what she was working on. We might show interest in a sentence she was writing, a picture she was drawing, or a story she was reading. Start with mystery. Before a lesson, each of the children will be focusing on a different thing. One child might be focusing on a conversation she is having with a friend. Another child might be thinking about something her mother said to her. Another child may be thinking about something she is going to do after the lesson. What each child focuses on at any one time is a choice, and when the lesson starts, we need the children to choose to focus on the lesson. The best way to achieve this is to introduce new language targets or new activities with mystery, not clarity. There are many teachers who start by clearly explaining or demonstrating the new language targets. This is not in tune with modern educational psychology, and I think it is a big mistake. It is much more effective to start with mystery that draws the children in. In the child-centered learning videos, I gave examples of how to do this within games. We can start playing games with the children and surprise the children with new words or patterns while playing. The important thing is not to pre-teach the new language before the games. We can also create mystery through puzzles. Let's look at an example. I write 4 words in a column on the board: elephants, desks, chickens, ants. I look at the words in a puzzled way and then smile at the children and just say, "It's a puzzle." I invite guesses by gesturing to the children. Some children may just look at the board with curiosity, and others may try to guess. They might say things like S, meaning they all have an S at the end, or they might say, "Desks are not animals." After a little while, I will smile and say, "Do you want a hint?" And my first hint would be big. They might guess the answer. If not, I will give another hint by gesturing with my hand to show the things on the board decrease in size. At this point, the children can probably solve the puzzle. I will then gesture to the first 2 words. By now, the children want to tell me elephants are bigger than desks. But they probably can't say this in English because comparatives are today's new language target. So I help them say it. They feel they are saying what they are trying to say. They don't feel they are just following the teacher. We then continue with the rest of the list. After that, I will throw out another adjective, such as fast, and the children try to rearrange the order of the things on the board and make appropriate sentences. Then each child makes her own list of words, and the children challenge each other with adjectives, put their words in an order that fits each adjective, and make appropriate sentences. This is far more engaging and effective than starting by explaining, modeling, or demonstrating comparatives. And because we are engaging the children more and tapping into their natural way of learning, many classroom management problems disappear. For more information on the theory behind why it is so important to introduce new language targets through mystery rather than clarity, you can see my video, How Children Learn 4, or the series of videos on child-centered learning. I will continue this workshop in the next video.